Someone is watching you right now. Relax, nothing creepy. But they are watching, and they don't like what they see. Your smile irritates them. Your confidence gets under their skin. The way you walk into a room comfortable, calm, unbothered makes their chest tighten for reasons they don't even understand. And here's the craziest part. You've never done a single thing to hurt them. No arguments, no betrayal, no stolen opportunities, no drama. You're just living your life. And somehow that's enough to make them wish you'd disappear. Sounds dramatic, right? Almost unbelievable. But this happens every single day. And once you understand why, something powerful clicks in your mind. Because there isn't anything wrong with you. There never was. There are 5 reasons people react this way to you, and once you hear them, you'll stop shrinking, stop explaining, and stop questioning yourself. Let's talk about it. Most people live life by committee. Before they make a move, they ask everyone first. Should I take this job? Should I cut my hair? Should I move? Do you think this is a good idea? They don't decide, they request permission. Permission to grow. Permission to change. Permission to live. But you don't do that. You pause. You listen to yourself. You decide. And then you move. You don't write a 3-paragraph explanation. You don't wait for 10 people to agree. You don't poll the room. And that alone makes some people furious, because when you make choices without approval, it forces others to look at themselves. It reminds them they've been living like puppets, asking, is this okay? Am I allowed? What will people think? That realization hurts. So instead of saying, wow, I should try that, they say you're reckless. You're selfish. You don't care what people think. But here's the truth. You're not selfish. You just stopped handing other people the remote control to your life. And people who gave theirs away hate watching someone else hold theirs confidently. When you walk into a room, and you're not scanning faces, not adjusting energy, not begging for approval, something shifts. People feel it. Your comfort in your own skin makes them uncomfortable in theirs. Your freedom reminds them of their prison. And instead of breaking out, they try to pull you back in. That's why they gossip when you quit a job everyone told you to keep. That's why they judge when you leave a perfect relationship. That's why they talk when you move cities without asking permission. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your life, not your friends, not your coworkers, not even your family. And the moment you truly own that some people will hate you for it, that's okay. Because living for yourself is better than dying for everyone else's approval. Now let's talk about growth. You and someone you know started in the same place. Same struggles. Same complaints. Same late-night conversations about how hard life is. You were equals. Then something changed. You started waking up earlier. You started learning. You started taking care of your body, your mind, your habits. Slowly, you changed. Your energy shifted. Your confidence grew. Your life started moving forward. And they stayed exactly where they were. Same excuses, same patterns, same complaints, different day. Now every time they see you, something uncomfortable rises in their chest. It's not pride. It's not happiness. It's bitterness. Because you became proof that they've been lying to themselves. For months, maybe years, they said, I can't. It's too hard. I don't have time. But you did it anyway. And now their excuses are exposed for what they really are. Excuses. So they start acting strange. They pull back. They make jokes. They say things like, you think you're better now. Money changed you. You're not the same person. They're right. You're not. That was the entire point. But to them, your growth feels like abandonment, like you broke an unspoken agreement to stay stuck together forever. Growth is lonely not because you lose people, but because you outgrow them. You outgrow the conversations. You outgrow the habits. You outgrow the energy. And even if you stay kind, even if you stay respectful, they feel the difference. People don't like feeling left behind. So they either try to slow you down or they disappear. They invite you to waste time when you're trying to build. They mock your goals. They bring up your past when you're moving forward. Or they vanish completely. You didn't betray them by growing. You just reminded them that they settled. And that's a painful mirror. Some people were only meant for certain chapters. Dragging them into your next one will only delay you. Your growth matters more than their comfort. Here's another truth. Most people are performers. They perform happiness at work. They perform confidence at parties. They perform agreement in conversations. They laugh at jokes they don't find funny. They nod at ideas they don't believe. They pretend to care because fitting in feels safer than being real. Then you show up and you stop performing. You don't fake laugh. You don't agree just to keep peace. You don't pretend to be interested in conversations that drain you. You're honest. And that honesty makes people uncomfortable because now they have to perform harder, smile wider, laugh louder, pretend longer. That's exhausting. So instead of respecting you, they label you. You're negative. You're serious. You're no fun anymore. What they really mean is, you make me feel bad about lying to myself. Real people make fake people nervous. You're at a gathering. Everyone's forcing laughter at a story that isn't funny. You don't laugh. Someone notices. Why aren't you laughing? You simply say, I didn't think it was that funny. The room freezes. Not because you were rude, but because you broke the performance. Honest people expose masks without saying a word. And when you stop faking, you finally find your real people. The ones who don't need you to perform. The ones who value truth. The ones relieved that someone finally said what everyone was thinking. They're worth losing 100 fake connections for. Now listen closely. Some people only like you when they feel important to you, when you text first, when you're always available, when you orbit around them. That makes them feel powerful. Then you stop. You stop chasing. You stop reacting. You stop rearranging your life. And suddenly they panic. Because they can't control you anymore. So they test you. They post for attention. They create distance to see if you'll chase. They stir drama. But you don't react. You stay calm, focused, unbothered. And that drives them crazy. They say, you've changed. You don't care anymore. You didn't stop caring. You just stopped making them the center of your universe. And to someone who enjoyed that power, it feels like betrayal. Real relationships don't demand constant proof. They respect boundaries. They understand priorities. They don't punish independence. Stop chasing people who don't chase you back. Your energy is valuable. Spend it where it's respected. Finally, this one cuts deep. Some people are miserable and they've accepted it. They wake up unhappy, go to bed unhappy, and call it just life. Then you walk in smiling, at peace, grateful, whole, and it destroys them. Not because you're fake, not because you're arrogant, but because your happiness proves misery is a choice, and they don't want to face that. So they attack. They mock your healing. They roll their eyes at your growth. They say you're too much. What they mean is, your happiness reminds me of what I refuse to do. You are not meant to stay broken to make others comfortable. You don't dim your light for people who choose darkness. Living your truth will always upset people running from theirs. When you set boundaries, they'll call you selfish. When you grow, they'll say you changed. When you're honest, they'll call you rude. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're free. The world doesn't punish bad people, it punishes free ones. Because free people remind others the cage was never locked. So stop apologizing, stop explaining, stop shrinking. Let them be confused. Let them talk. The right people won't need explanations. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need to be okay with you. The ones meant to stay will. The ones meant to leave will. Both are blessings. Live, grow, heal, shine. And if this hit you, you're not the problem. You never were. Thanks for being here. Keep being you.